Hi, I'm an old guy and I do maths. Today we're going to find the determinant of A, which is a 3 by 3 matrix. Now, those of you at high school will certainly be used to finding the determinants of 2 by 2 matrices, assuming you do matrices at high school. And that's a reasonably simple process. It just means taking if we take the formula here, it's AD minus BC. What does that mean? It means that you have A, B, C, D, and it's A times D minus B times C, and that gives you your determinant. Right. What happens when you have a 3 by 3? Well, usually your teacher says use your calculator. So today we're going to look at how you do it manually. And we'll just go through some of the ways in which we write this, some of the notations, and I'm going to explain why we've got a negative sign here, why in fact we've extracted this row from the matrix, and what is going on here. Okay, so the method I'm going to use involves extracting these numbers in row 1 from our matrix, and I've just placed them over here. And this is negative 3, that remains negative 3. This is 0, and I've put a little negative above it to indicate that when we extract numbers from here, usually whatever number we have here is multiplied by a negative. So if it's a positive number, it becomes negative. If it's a negative number, it becomes positive. We have 0 here, but I'll just indicate that negative here. And this remains positive. Now the question is why? So there's a thing called a sign pattern, which we use to assign a positive or negative value to elements in a 3 by 3 matrix when we're looking for the determinant. And for the first row, it is positive. So positive, negative gives us negative. Negative, positive would give us a negative. Negative, negative would give us a positive. We just happen to have a 0 here, but just for the sake of completeness, I've put a negative up there. Positive, positive, positive. Okay, we'll come back to these. These become multipliers or scalars for some other determinants that we are going to find. Speaking of which, you'll see down the right-hand side of my page that there are 3 2 by 2 matrices. These are called minor matrices, and they are formed out of this. So let's just look at the notation and see what we've got here. So we have M11. Now what that means is that this is a minor matrix, and it is composed of the numbers from this matrix ignoring row 1 and column 1. So that's where the 1400 comes from. The determinant of this is 0. 1 times 0 minus 0 times 4, 0. Next one. M12, we're ignoring this row again, and we are ignoring the second column. So this is composed of negative 2, 1, 0, and 0. Again, the determinant will be 0. Negative 2 times 0 minus 0 times 1, 0. Third and final minor matrix, 1, 3. What's going on here? We're ignoring this column and this row. So we get negative 2, 1, 1, 4. The determinant of this is something other than 0, mercifully. So we have something to work with. Negative 2 times 4, negative 8, minus 1 times 1 gives us negative 9. Okay, these numbers we will multiply by these numbers. And just let me show you how that all works. So again, just a reminder about how determinants are worked out for 2 by 2 matrices. So what we do is we take the first number in row 1. Let's just see if I can get all of that in. First number in row 1, -3. Now we've applied the rules about signs, so it is plus times minus, which gives us a negative. -3 times the determinant of this, which we've already calculated at 0. So it is -3 times 0, which equals 0. To that, we add the determinant of this matrix. Just put that there, this matrix, which is M1, 2, from the previous bit of working. We multiply that by 0 and we get 0. So we have 2 zeros. So really, the determinant effectively will be this. So what have we got here? Well, we've got the 2 from here, and we have the determinant of this matrix, which is -9. And so it is 2 times -9, giving us -18. Now we add that, and that, and what we discover is that the determinant of matrix A, this matrix here, is -18. And that's a really important step to some other work that you can do with this, because what is a determinant useful for? Well, it's part of the work that you go through to find the inverse of a matrix. And again, if you're in high school, mostly you'll be doing this with 2 by 2 matrices, manually anyway. And this just shows how it is done by hand. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you found this useful. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.